Please tell me you didn't just open that packet of syrup and you're just gonna like...
He's gonna sip it.
Lick it strategically throughout the podcast.
You mentioned it off camera, or off mic at one point, I think.
Yeah.
You're like, Ben, you're just gonna fucking drink that one time? I'm like, maybe. No, I am.
There's seriously shit...
No, maybe. No, I am.
There's seriously shit in this, I'm gonna say studio, because that sounds a lot cooler.
That's been here for like 4 months.
Like we got my water bottle from like 4 episodes ago.
My mom's candy wrappers from last time we tried to record. I've got syrup
that
cups.
syrup's been there for a while.
We got Bosco, who lives here.
Yeah. Pierce, he just fucking showed up one day.
Yeah, stayed. I live in this room.
You're like Kenan Thompson at the Saturday Night Live place.
That's funny. He lives under the stage.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Oh god, you drink the whole thing?
No, I'm half done. I'm taking my time.
I don't know where I heard that before. Did we joke about it once that Kenan Thompson just lives there? Like they turn the lights off.
I
don't know if I've read that.
They
somewhere
should
or heard that
do.
somewhere.
That'd be funny if SNL did a sketch about an SNL member.
Because he's been there the longest. I remember that's
He's been there for a very long
brought it
time.
up. Yeah.
Alright. So we're gonna jump back into this thing?
Yeah, you just shotgun some syrup. Now you're all fucking adrenaline rush, ready to go.
Let's do this.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Target Audience Podcast. This is Ben.
I'm TJ.
I'm Pierce.
And yeah, it's good to be back.
Definitely.
For new viewers, if you're not familiar with us, we're the 3 guys who like to listen and watch and do all things pertaining to movies.
Yep, we're 3 very unique, different perspectives. We're all 18 to 35.
Yep.
18 to 35 males.
Yep. And
we watch movies that we like, so
Yep.
it's a very unique perspective.
Yep, we watched one where we've seen it and we want to come back to it and share it with somebody else. There's a movie where we haven't seen but want to see, and then we usually do a new release.
18 to 35. I want you to guess how old me and Ben are right now.
Well, that's just like when they do target audiences. That's the margins that they do.
I thought that also like
30
No,
Four?
since TJ challenged you, how old are we?
All right, TJ, I'm gonna say 24.
25.
Damn.
Close enough, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that makes you probably also 25.
Oh.
What is it?
24.
Damn it. Sweet.
And also when you said 18 to 35, I was like, dude, what if I want to have someone like older than 35? Like
Also,
as a
3,
guest?
2, 1, how old do we think Pierce is?
Pierce is
3, 2, 1, 20?
no, he's like 19.
I'm almost 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This month I turned 20.
There you go.
Jared's 20 now. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
He's growing so much.
So fast. Happy
Our
birthday,
little Jared.
Happy birthday.
Belated.
Happy belated.
Yeah, it would have been on time, but we ran into some technical difficulties. I'm sorry for the delay. We're trying to get back on track and get back to you just with like a 1-week skip of our normal recording intervals. But yeah.
So Pierce, it was Pierce's week.
Yes, it was.
What movies was it again, Pierce?
We watched Vice, The Three Caballeros, and Memoir of a Murderer.
There we go. Not memoirs, memoir.
Yeah, specifically memoir.
Singular.
Memoir.
The other one is a Korean remake of a Japanese movie called Confessions of a Murderer.
Confessions of
So watch the
a
Japanese
Murderer.
one. I feel like it's probably better.
Probably. That usually is the case.
So what order did you want to go through these in?
Do you want to start with Vice since that's where we kind of didn't really talk about it?
Let's start with the same order as last time we attempted to record. Let's go
Was it
with
3 and then Memoirs and then Vice?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
how we did it?
Yeah, we started light and we worked our way to heavy.
Okay.
Because we usually do the new release we usually do last.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Historically speaking.
Right.
Okay, so then the first one we watched, well, not necessarily the first one we watched, but the first one we're talking about.
It was the first one I watched.
Yeah, it was.
It was the first one I watched too.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, there we
It
go.
was the first one.
Yeah, it was the first one we watched. Yeah, coincidentally.
Coincidentally, was the Three Caballeros, which
Yep.
is a 1940 whatever. I don't remember the year. I think 1944 actually.
That sounds right.
1944 Disney cartoon starring Donald Duck and other bird people, and
Yeah, what are his friends' names?
I don't remember. I know one is from
It's like Juan the
Bahia,
Parrot.
and one's
Let's
a
see.
Mexican. One's a rooster, and he's a Mexican.
They just have to like accompany Donald from like
And
they
they-
have to stop him from being too horny.
That's basically the story. I mean,
He's
loosely
so
it
horny.
teaches you about different types of birds in South America, and then different types of cultures in South America. But then there's a lot of bits where he's Donald Duck lusting over
foreign women.
scantily clad foreign women.
Yeah. It's like he fought
Scantily
World War
for
II.
the 1940s. I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Like he's getting around.
Yeah.
Donald Duck's pretty horned up after killing a bunch of Japanese people.
Yeah,
But
horned up.
what's weird is before that they like the first
This
story,
was around that era too.
the first story they do though.
He got out of World War II. It's like I'm gonna go fuck.
I'm gonna go
'Cause
fuck.
it's all
Going down to Mexico.
It's my birthday, bitches.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Cancun.
fuck.
Because all the
Woo!
story, because all the story is supposed to kind of like somewhat like
Fought
teach
World War
you
II,
and
but I'm not old enough to drink.
show you some cool stuff about like Spanish culture and things like that.
Exactly.
The first story though is completely unrelated to Donald Duck. They just get into it's about that penguin.
Oh yeah, that was just like a little
Yeah.
short because they wanted
Yeah.
to do little.
But the final line of that thing,
then
me
the
and Ben were
donkey-
looking at each other like, "What the fuck are we watching?" When he's like, like,
And super sad.
yeah, no, what's the message it
Yeah.
says? So it's like, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, even if you're a penguin.
And it's just like
What, like what?
you didn't need to.
You didn't have
To add
throw in
that
the-
detail.
If you're a penguin, like what the fuck?
yeah, he said no, because he said something about he's like it's just a human thing.
Yeah.
Even if you're a penguin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Says
It really threw me off. Like I was almost like, what? Like really?
It's just
aggravating.
natural for us humans.
Yeah.
Even if you're a penguin.
Yeah, it's just human nature. It's like, all right.
Yeah,
I was
human
already-
nature is what he says.
I was already like 3 bong rips in, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
And
I'll be honest. I might have been a little impaired for is the best word I'll use because I watched the first 15 minutes thinking they were speaking Spanish when they were speaking English. I was
oh my god.
Ben literally said that out loud. Like he's
Yeah.
awesome with it.
I was in there. I'm like, I need to start the movie over again. I thought they were speaking Spanish, and we did not have subtitles. I thought I was have to re-download the movie.
But the movie the reason I picked it is just it's a very weird Disney movie.
I did like
It is very
I
weird.
did like the early meshing of like live action with cartoon.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of
That
like
was a
Cool
cool
World.
I did like the music.
It's kind of Cool World.
I
Like
like-
Friend Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I like that classical,
it was a cool-
like Hispanic music. It's very
Yeah.
pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and
there's
then-
a lot of movies that use animation in live action
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
You know what I'm thinking about? There's
you
a
wouldn't
lot.
think, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trippy visuals in this that go on for like a good minute. Like it looks like this movie was kind of made for like adults
So
more than
much.
it was for
Yeah,
kids.
there's so much
It's
dancing.
weird.
There was
There's
a lot of
dancing.
dancing, and the dancing gets really trippy with like turning into animation and
Yeah.
and back into real life, and
It's very odd.
like when it's like the guys fight, they're like fight dancing, and they turn into like their shadows turn into crows.
Yeah.
and the crows are like fighting as they dance.
super intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a really
Weird.
intense, almost kind of scary scene if you're like a kid.
I remember
Yeah.
you saying that when you were a kid, you didn't necessarily like care for this one as much. But like
when
now,
I was a
like,
kid, it was like the one Disney movie my grandma had,
Uh-huh.
so I watched it a lot. But then there were parts of the movie that I was like, oh, this part's boring.
I can see that because like when I was watching it, I was like, I don't think that this is necessarily one that like is gonna grab like like a kid's attention too much. Like you said, there's more adult themes and undertones to it.
And there's a lot of just good visuals.
Visually, yeah.
Sequences that a kid probably wouldn't
That's I mean,
appreciate as much.
yeah, exactly. That's I guess what I was trying to say. That makes sense for sure.
But it's a good one. It's worth a watch, and it's
Yeah.
short too. It's not too long.
Yeah, the one thing is I remembered as I was watching through it that a lot of the stuff in it I ended up seeing in House of Mouse, I want to say.
Really.
Where it was split up because they used to do like little like features for like
Yeah,
their older cartoons
featurettes.
kind of framed as if it was a live show
Mm-hmm.
with them running a club that the actors work at now. It's kind of a weird premise, but you got to watch a lot of the old clips through it.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
cool.
House of Mouse. I used to watch a lot of Disney cartoons. as a
I didn't.
kid.
I wasn't really a Disney Channel
And
kid. I was,
Looney
a
Tunes.
I was a Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon kid, and that's
Yeah.
I didn't really watch Disney Channel.
I watched a lot of Disney animation.
I
in
think-
the 90s. In
I-
the 2000s, like, it dropped off completely.
Disney
It's like, got rid of
Channel?
Gargoyles? Fuck off. I'm
Yeah,
done.
Gargoyles was the shit. That was the main one I watched.
I
Disney
think I
Channel.
watched Gargoyles,
Gargoyles is rad.
but I didn't watch a lot of Disney stuff.
I
I
wanna
didn't
do
watch
it.
any live action Disney shit.
I'm going to do a Gargoyles one-man special, I think. Where I just power through it
Yeah.
one day.
Gargoyles
I
is
remember
great, dude.
I only used to like cartoons. I would refuse to watch Drake and Josh.
Really, I like Drake and Josh quite a
But
bit.
then I finally watched it.
Yeah.
This was me maturing as a child. And
You
I was like,
realize-
this show's really funny. And then I started watching like all of them.
That's how I was with
What was some
Most
of your-
Extreme Elimination Challenge. Got me into live action humor.
What was some of your specific like favorite childhood cartoons?
SpongeBob was my favorite of all time.
That was one like anytime
and
it was
that's
on.
consistent.
Johnny Test.
Rocco's Modern
Nah,
Life.
fuck that.
Rocco's
Yeah,
Modern
Rocco.
Life. Johnny Test when it was
Rocco, I
on
would
the
have expected to
CW.
be before you.
CW, but they still played it.
Yeah.
I watched it when it was on the CW for kids, Johnny Test, before Cartoon Network got the rights to it, because my dad didn't have cable. And
Did you watch like Courage and?
I watched
stuff
Courage the
like
Cowardly Dog a lot.
I watched the shit out
I
of
watched
Courage.
the fuck out of Courage.
That's
the
the
And
Cowardly
From
Dog.
Adventures of Billy Mandy.
Billy
Kids
Mandy's
Next
one of my
Door.
favorites too.
Kids Next Door I watched. How did I have
I
time
watched
to
that.
watch all this shit as a kid?
I don't know. I watched SD Gundam a lot. I loved getting home exactly at like, I think it was exactly at 3 o'clock. I would get off the bus. I would get home and I'd be like, SD Gundam comes on.
And then
SD Gundam comes
immediately
on.
turns on.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that was.
I would
Like,
go grab some Twinkies. I would put the whipped cream can inside it. I'd go,
Every morning I would
and
watch
then I would just
Metalocalypse.
shovel them down
wait,
my throat.
whipped cream can inside the Twinkie.
Yeah.
There's already cream in the Twinkie.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted more. I earned this body, TJ, and
It started early on.
it started around like 5th or 6th grade, going home and eating SD Gundams with my Twinkies.
When I was in middle school, I would always catch like the Western Cartoon Network's
Yeah.
Adult Swim. So I'd always watch like
King of the
either
Hill kind of stuff.
like Metalocalypse.
The
No, because it's like
Brack
the very late.
Metalocalypse is
late.
fucking great.
Yeah, I used to either every day before school watch either Metalocalypse,
Was the
Squidbillies.
was the Brack
You
show?
watch Squidbillies?
Yes.
TJ and I have never been able to like have the opportunity to watch Squidbillies because we
Squidbillies?
always were so dismissive, and I have the secret thing. And like, what if we sat down and watched it and
It's
you actually
funny.
liked it?
No,
It's
I,
funny.
I don't
It's
like it.
stupid. It's so stupid, but it's so
Yeah,
funny.
it's one of those things like,
He-
what if
he
we
makes a
what if we
moonshine.
grew on us?
He makes a moonshine that immediately makes you go blind. And there's like these two stoner guys. They're like, "Yo, we gotta try it." And he's like, "Bro, I totally can't see." And he's like, "This is awesome." He's like, "Bro, how long am I riding this train?" He's like, "I don't know, rest of your life." He's like, "This is sick."
See?
And they're just blind.
It's like absurd.
And it gets really popular,
Was,
like his drink.
Was the Brack show before your time? Did you ever watch that?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast is
I
a
watched
good one. Harvey
Space Ghost.
Birdman,
Trying to get
Attorney
early,
at Law.
Birdman.
early Adult Swim had some great shit.
I'd watched
Yeah.
a lot of early Adult Swim when I was a
Space
child
Ghost
because
was
of my
coming
father.
back.
Adult
I
Aqua
like
Teen.
Dragon Ball Z. I would watch the late night Dragon Ball Z stuff.
I watched Dragon Ball Z.
Early Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I would love Aqua Teen Hunger
Yeah,
Force
dude.
in middle school.
Yeah.
My dad
I watched
recorded
that
all the
before.
old Scooby Doo's for me as a kid.
Nice.
I watched
Even the movies
I
that no one
watched
else
Scooby-
has
when,
seen.
when I
I
was
watched
a child, I
Scooby-Doo a
watched a
lot,
lot of
yeah.
old Scooby Doo's. I'm trying to think.
The classic Scooby Doo's though. I never cared much for
you
the
know
newer
what?
ones up until like Zombie Island.
Something
Yeah.
embarrassing that I'm willing to admit is I liked Dora for a little too old in my
Ooh,
age.
how
Wait,
old?
what?
I think I feel like I was like 8 when I stopped watching Dora.
That is a little later.
That is
It's
a
like
little
2
later.
years later.
That's like 2 years too late.
Yeah, I can still watch Rugrats and Little Bear.
Yeah, Rugrats isn't
Rugrats
really
gets
a
a
kid
little
show.
annoying now,
Rugrats is like good.
Yeah, but Little Bear. I can watch Little
Oh,
Bear.
Little
I'll be honest,
Bear.
Blue's Clues. Now that I watch it, I'm like, yo, dude,
Backyardigans.
get on that, Steve.
Backyardigans. You ever watch an episode of Backyardigans?
There's some that are alright.
Genuinely entertaining TV.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually kind of good. Like the one where he's a little secret agent and he's trying to get a
Yeah.
secret chocolate milk
You know the
recipe.
one. You know the one where they're playing. They're playing like Egyptian pharaoh getting presents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or the one where it's like
What
they're
show?
in,
Backyardigans.
I've
where
never
they
seen
go to
that.
like the North
Ubi.
Pole.
You know Ubi?
Ubi, I watched the
My
shit
Ubi,
of
my
that.
dude. I watch it because my little brother. I
Ubi.
have a brother who's 12 years younger than me. 8 years.
I can't.
5th grade. How old are you in 5th grade?
Like 10.
10.
No.
My
9
brother
or 10 or
turns
something.
My brother turns 15 this month, and I'm 24, so 9 years. He's 9 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Oh,
watched
what?
the shit out of Ubi, and I ended up watching because like I can't change the channel.
I used to watch Ubi.
And Ubi's
There's
fucking weird.
Grandpoo.
Grandpoo.
And then Uma.
Uma.
I literally have no fucking clue what you're talking
You don't
about.
know what the fuck Ubi
It's
is?
little hands that had eyes on them.
Ubi.
I don't know how. I guess we've just never had it come
And
up
then
in
Uma was
conversation.
like the girl.
Oh my god! I didn't know what the fuck this was. I know what you're talking about.
Ubi.
Oh,
There's
man.
the tan hand.
It has my weakness of googly eye rings.
Ubi. And there's Grandpoo. Because it looks all wrinkled.
And then
We sell googly eye rings at work, and sometimes I play with them.
What?
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
that's why you get.
What?
But that's insanely stupid.
When you tell someone you have a fake girlfriend, you say that it looks like Uma. Because it's your right hand.
you say you tell someone you have a fake girlfriend?
No, I said if you have a fake girlfriend,
Oh.
you tell them they look like Uma.
Oh, okay. I think like if you tell somebody you have a fake girlfriend, I'm like, why would I tell you what my fake girlfriend looks like?
But honestly, I feel like this show's probably bad for kids because they all talked in very improper English, and I'm sure kids probably emulated that.
Maybe.
I'm sure that the creators.
see that.
Do you think the creators of that show, the actors, ever like held out for contract negotiations?
They're like, dude,
Yeah,
we can get anybody with a hand. I can do this.
It's a non-disclosure agreement that you
Yeah.
cannot release my real name.
They're actually big name celebrities. Like, did you know they
It's
got their
George
start?
Clooney. George
Do you think it's
Clooney.
kind of creepy that...
George Clooney's grandpa.
Do you think it's weird that the actors know that they actively do really dirty shit with these, like, children's cartoon characters?
Yeah, there's
He's like, I just jerked off with Ubi.
He's like, I just jerked off with the googly eye still on my hand.
You know they did it at least once. They're like, no!
We should make like an exposing like a biopic about the Ubi actors
They're like shooting heroin into their fingers.
into the little fucking slits right here, still with the eyeballs on.
Yeah, we're...
Ubi goes on an adventure and like.
Ubi's massaging his prostate. It's dark here. Ubi, no. Okay, so what's the next movie we watched?
See, that's twisted for you guys because you were invested in those characters.
So
Interesting.
yeah, what other movies did you want to watch?
We talked
this week,
about
Pierce?
Memoir of a Murderer. We watched Memoir of a Murderer. We're going to talk about it.
No,
Yes.
that was a really good, solid flick, man.
That one was solid.
It's pretty enjoyable.
I love Korean movies. The Korean movies are good.
They get their shit together.
Old
a lot
Boy.
of them.
For the most part.
You know what? Speaking of Old Boy, I was recently watching.
You're not gonna scold me again, are you?
No, I'm not going to scold TJ again for
Okay.
not watching the original, but watching the terrible Spike Lee version.
Well,
It's
I
not
took
my
him to
fault.
see it because I
Yeah.
watched it because I saw the original.
That's what I was telling
And
him.
he's like,
No,
I was
no.
like, I'm not
even
gonna
though
see
even though it's his fault, I still had to like low
Yeah.
key.
That's the one movie. I'm glad we saw it in like a pretty much empty theater.
Yeah.
Because
So you could walk out easier without.
no, Jesus
It's not
Christ.
that bad,
No, but
Pierce.
once
I
again,
hate it.
Once again, I didn't see that, so I was heavily engaged in this movie. I was really digging
I'm
it.
sure,
I
yeah,
still
if it's
do.
the first time-
I've
it's
never
the first
seen
time
it.
you're hearing the story,
So,
I'm sure
it's
it's,
the
like,
Americanized
solid.
version of the story, and I'm heavy into it. And Ben's already kind of knows the twists and turns because he saw that version.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben's like, keep watching. Keep watching. And literally, there's a point in that movie when like the big twist is unveiled. I literally yelled out like loud, like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
No fucking
But the
way!"
twists were
And
so
Ben's like,
much
"Just keep
better in the
watching.
old ones.
Just keep
It does
watching."
work so much better in the old ones. But
Everything's better.
Regardless,
in the old
no,
one.
dude, it's not a bad movie. I don't know why
I
you're
can't.
shitting
No,
on it.
but no, I'm shitting on it because I saw the original first, and then I watched that
Yeah.
one, and it's like a bastardized version of everything the original did really well,
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
and that's
But
why,
without that context, it's a good movie.
without the context, that's why I'm like, you probably like it because you never saw the original.
Yeah.
But I can't like it because the original, like
It's so
the
much-
fight scenes
yeah.
were whack. They were straight up
They were
garbage.
whack.
They were
They were
trash.
crazy.
They were cray
No,
cray.
but Memoir of a Murder, man, it's really cool writing the way they do. Like they take like this heartfelt family
the
drama and they
unreliable-
splice it with like crazy murder story.
Exactly, and it's and I like the unreliable main character, so you don't really know what's happening for a lot of the movie, and you
Yeah.
can, I guess, never really know what happened.
Yeah.
Should we read the synopsis of what it's about?
Well, I can tell you the synopsis off the top of my head. It's a serial killer with Alzheimer's who's protecting his daughter from his boyfriend or her boyfriend,
Yeah, who's also a potential
who's
killer.
potentially a serial killer as well.
Yeah, that's actually pretty
yeah,
well.
that's actually dead on.
Yeah.
Now, I love the movie. There's beautiful cinematography in it. The acting's pretty good, even though it gets like crazy dramatic at
Crazy
points.
dramatic,
But-
good blend of humor.
But
Do we know they're
There's-
good actors? Or is it
Well-
just because they're speaking a different
no,
language you don't know if they're hitting the
selling you
notes
on
right?
it. They're selling you on it.
no, but
There's
like,
some passionate
when he's like
moments.
crying about
If
how
you
his
didn't know
brain's
how to,
shrinking
if
up
you
into
didn't know
a
how
walnut.
English is supposed to be spoken, would you say Tommy Wiseau could have put on a good performance in the room?
I disagree.
I don't.
No,
I
they
think you
sell
could.
you on
I
it.
don't
I
know.
think you could
No,
always see.
I don't
disagree.
know.
It's hard to play like convincing like
I don't
somebody
know.
has
No, okay, like
The emotion.
Never mind.
If
I
you
was
didn't
gonna
know
I
how
was about to
English
say-
was supposed to be spoken, Christopher Walken could be a good actor because he sells it with his body and his attitude, even though he does not speak English the way it's supposed to be spoken.
you know a good actor regardless.
I was about to say something really racist. I don't know if I still should say it now that I've
Just go
brought
for it.
attention to it. he did pull off looking like a serial killer with his dead Asian eyes.
Great, now you made it. Holy shit. The views and opinions expressed in the commentary.
But, no, I'm just I'm just gonna say his eyes look
I'm
dead.
gonna say Koreans are good in my
like,
book. I'm okay with Korean people. I'm not gonna say they've got cold dead eyes.
No. I'm just saying he had a very good the guy who was like the younger
Little
serial killer. He had a very good look of looking friendly, but also looking like his eyes were dead. Not
he could flip the switch. Yeah,
he was very good at flipping the switch.
There was one scene in the
but
movie.
still remaining sinister when he was being the nice guy.
There's one scene in the movie that bothered me, and it's when he's doing the stakeout thing.
like in Fright Night.
And he accidentally drinks that bottle of fucking piss.
Yes.
And he does it no problem, and his eyes just twitching the whole time while power chugging this bottle of piss.
I thought that
So
was a
disgusting, dude.
I thought that was a very interesting scene.
I wish they didn't include it.
I kind of don't mind it.
It's very weird.
It's just random.
It just
it's
fits,
completely
it
like...
fits with Korea.
And Koreans like piss a lot?
It stays
Is that
on
a
it.
Korean thing?
No,
I know
it's just
Germans like piss.
Korean movies are just, they have those
think
weird moments in it like that. Like, I mean, if you watch Old Boy,
Ben's
there's
never
a scene where he
allowed
just eats a
to
live
lick-
octopus.
Ben's never allowed to
that's
lick
true.
syrup straight from the
Did they eat a live
container
octopus
anymore.
in the American one?
Yeah, I don't think so.
They didn't.
Yeah.
The answer was they didn't.
Ben's not allowed to power chug syrup before a podcast anymore because now he's just getting really like, fuck the Chinese, the Germans are into piss, like... Koreans are cool in my book, though. Those are all weird things I've never heard come out of Ben's mouth.
Ben, 2019.
And then he's just like licking syrup. I think it's the ultimate sugar buzz is what it is. But yeah, no, Memoir of a Murder, really solid movie. Definitely recommend
Also,
it.
there's a cool fight scene between two serial killers. That's sick.
Oh yeah.
That's just a sick... That's metal.
That's just Death Note.
And it's got enough twists and turns. It's got enough twists and turns for you to like... It keeps you guessing pretty well. Like, it's well written.
Yeah, there's a lot of good revelations.
Makes you question
with, like,
everything,
the
even in the
past.
last moment.
Even
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
pretty sure that like the girlfriend's boyfriend is a killer,
His
there's
daughters.
still
Yeah.
Sorry, but like
You just described a weird love triangle.
yeah, no, I didn't. You're right. That's not there. But even if when you're pretty sure as like a viewer, like it still throws like things of like, oh shit, like like is he just imagining that part?
Yeah.
Wait,
was
was
it
the
perceived?
ending
Yeah.
him escaping prison? Because he looked like he was outside.
Yeah.
I just kind of thought about that.
Yeah. He escaped prison because he realized he was like, wait, he's not dead, even though he's
Memoir
probably
of a
totally
Murder
dead.
He's totally
Two.
dead. They stabbed
Return
the shit
of-
out of him.
I know, but he said he gets that note from himself saying it's like,
Don't
he's
trust
not
yourself.
dead, don't trust yourself, don't trust them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means that at the
That's
end of
because
the
his
day,
condition's getting worse though. Like I think that's more of like.
Well,
a
you
mental-
can't
It
ever
could've-
know. You can't
yeah.
really never...
it's like, was that recording? Because we've been
Right.
told up until that point the recording is true. Don't trust his memory.
So is he too far gone that his recordings are now
that
fucked up?
they are now fucked up.
Or is he really...
Or is he really out
onto
there and he
something?
misremembered
True.
how it actually happened? And he thought he stabbed him and he
What a
didn't.
fuck- Fucking cool way to end a movie.
Because there was plenty of moments.
You don't know.
There was
That's
plenty of moments in the
that's
movie.
the perfect way to end a
Yeah.
movie ambiguously.
I was getting like you visibly get stressed out watching this movie when he 1 minute invites, like tells his
the
daughter,
guy into his house
invite him
and gives him
over
the blessing to marry his daughter.
And then the
shit.
next minute he like snaps back and holy fuck, what am I doing?
No.
Yeah,
The
he,
worst one was when he put her in the taxi and said like, take
Yeah.
her far away and carry. And then like you find out that the license plate's the same one.
Yeah, and that it wasn't a taxi. It was
Stuff
just
like
him.
that, like really, like I was jaw dropped, like oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
And the nun sister, not really ever there.
No, not really.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty.
yeah, that one caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I like how they told that with the sushi,
Mm-hmm.
the sushi that he leaves on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I'm like, why did they bring so much attention to that sushi in that scene?
It had a purpose.
And then it did have a purpose.
Yeah, that was that. So what was the third movie we watched this week, Pierce?
We watched motherfucking Vice.
Yeah.
Which is a movie about Dick Cheney's life, basically, and his impact on American politics.
Yeah.
And how the vice president is defined as a job.
Yeah, he completely redefined what a
Yes.
VP is capable of doing.
Yeah, it was really weird though that the movie just ends with him retiring to raise dogs.
Yeah.
That was-
it was shorter
I
than I
never
thought it was
realized,
going
like,
to be.
it's like I wasn't really involved in politics at the time, So I thought it was just like, I didn't realize that's how that story ended. Like, it's not like you hear about Dick Cheney much anymore, so I didn't realize he just retired. I thought he had like a heart attack and died or something.
Did you know that there's like, after that, there's like an hour-long after-credit scene?
What?
Yeah, I didn't stay because I had somewhere to be.
Are you fucking with me? I thought it was just like, just an hour-long movie. I thought it was just real short, like a little biography.
It was, there's a long after credit scene. I think it's unnecessary. It doesn't really explain too much.
Turns out it's like a Vice Bandersnatch, and you have choices. Roll credits or continue.
Bandervice?
Oh. It keeps going.
Oh, it does.
Cheney Snatch?
Oh.
Cheney
Snatch? No!
Don't Google that.
Dick Cheney pussy.
Wow, it's just pictures of Dick Cheney. That's kind of mean.
If there's anything you take away from this movie, whether you like Dick Cheney or not, he is not a pussy.
Don't put Dick Cheney in a pussy.
Oh, please.
He's wearing a
don't.
pussy hat.
Wait, what?
What?
Asian Dick Cheney's wife?
What?
Asian Dick Cheney's wife, young Junior Holes, can join girl by the pussy?
What?
What is this?
No, we're not doing this.
Ben's been trying to get me to watch porn with him for a while now. Oh. Yeah.
That doesn't
Okay.
even look like... That still looks like a real person.
It is.
Yeah. I was really hoping there would be a Photoshop picture of, like, Dick Cheney's
hot-
face on, like, a
Hot
fat...
naked woman or something?
Like, no, of a naked man. His face photoshopped on a naked man's body, but with a vagina instead of a penis.
Oh my god.
Just, like, the most,
That's a
like,
very specific thing to
That's
be
weird.
wishing to find out
that's
Google
like,
images.
darn. Damn you, internet.
Damn.
You've let me down that you don't
really
have this.
I really expected someone to make that. What the fuck?
I expected someone
I thought
to.
that would have been real. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, but no, Cheney.
Am I gonna have to do that now?
Well, you're the chosen one.
From the maker of Brownie Sanders.
Brownie Sanders. Interesting.
You never saw that? No, you'll go on Facebook. I made a picture. It was Bernie Sanders' lips and eyes photoshopped onto a brownie. It was Brownie Sanders.
Oh, God. But yeah, no.
It was a good
seriously.
time.
Yeah.
I remember my friend Nick photoshopped a picture of a person with Down syndrome and
Doing what?
not doing anything, but just kind of being there, holding a brownie, and it was Downey with a brownie.
Oh shit!
And then he's like, he edited it together. He's like, I don't know. I think the visual representation is a little too intense.
I would say probably.
He's like, Downey with a brownie was a lot funnier when I didn't make it into a picture.
It's like, you heard of the elf on a shelf. Have you ever seen Downey with a brownie?
You know, but we could take this idea and put like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the joke you do that makes it tasteful.
But then
Yeah,
the
that
sunglasses.
way you put it in someone else's head. Like, hey, Pierce, have you seen the Downey with the brownie?
No,
and
no,
then
no.
it's Robert Downey.
Then
and
take it
when
one
he's
step
so
further.
bad.
It's a picture, and then the assassins come. His sunglasses come up. Down syndrome eyes.
Like the Eric Andre bit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's got diphtheria.
Oh
He's
man.
got diphtheria.
You know what diphtheria is?
What?
Woke up
Nobody
in the
says that
morning
we
and I
didn't
got
know.
diphtheria.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not like anything to do with like what he was doing. I think he just did Down syndrome
I
eyes.
thought.
All right. Anyway, Vice.
Please.
Vice is a really good movie, guys.
Yeah, Vice is
Christian
really good.
Bale really-
No, seriously. Acting wise, the performance, like
Steve Carell
from like
fucking was
everybody
great.
in this movie was great.
Yeah, it was absolutely
Amy
fantastic.
Adams was surprisingly
Amy Adams.
fantastic.
Steve Carell as
She was a
Rumsfeld.
method actor for this movie.
Did she?
Yeah, apparently she was getting into arguments with the director, and like she
Perfect.
was having political debates like
Really?
with people like in the crew.
Where she's like hardcore conservative.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was
Huh.
really really crazy how in depth she went into that role.
That's interesting.
I feel like
Yeah.
Ben's probably making this up. He's looking at us with side eye.
You know
No,
it'd be cool.
it's true. It's 100% true.
You know it'd be cool is like
I don't know, it
someone
sounds like
does
something made
that
up.
going into this movie and say they're like a hardcore liberal, and then they decide to go method and play conservative, and then they have trouble breaking character and just have a meltdown and can't get
Yeah.
out of it.
They just go ape shit.
And then they just
Like,
become
it's
conservative.
what happens to Mel Gibson. It's like Mel Gibson was like he tried to play along for like too long, and then finally like he hit that point where he was like, "Fuck! I hope I get raped by a man," and just like that's where it goes.
I hope you get raped by a packet.
He just can never
So that
break
just
character.
means that like Amy Adams and like 10 years is gonna have a meltdown when they're like her conservative values come through.
I like that. I didn't realize the check could go that low. But no, seriously, once again, great acting performances. Steve Carell was really good in it.
I love Adam McKay's style with his recent movies, like The Big Short and this.
And I love this. I love the satirical
very,
take. Like,
very stylized. Like it's distinctly him. It's like 2 movies in, and he's already got a very distinct style.
Especially his sense of humor.
Yeah, he has a very wry sense of humor.
Yeah, but like
it's like an old man sense of humor, but like
from the get go, the opening scene,
it's good.
Like the disclaimer they put in the beginning, where it's like, we did our fucking best. There's not a lot known about this guy to this day.
He's our most secretive leaders,
and it's like this like crazy interpretation of how things could have possibly gone down, like especially like the behind the closed door bits.
Yeah,
like he goes, it's not like we could tell you there was some sort of Shakespearean soliloquy between like his wife and him, talking about him like taking the VP nomination.
Yeah,
and then it cuts and then it goes to them laying in bed doing a Shakespearean soliloquy.
And it's so dramatic. You know that.
So like insanely dramatic.
Yeah, exactly. It was good.
But the way he just like sneaks in and like gradually gains more positions of power and everything throughout the movie. It's like things that make you go, huh?
Things that make you go, huh?
Regardless what you think about it.
Also, what's up?
That was not the time.
Apparently there was an after credit scene that we missed, Ben.
Yeah, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not.
I looked it up and there wasn't one.
There is one.
Pierce told me.
Do you want me to explain what it is?
Yeah.
So it's a scene where it's like a focus group, like
it's the same focus group as the one from earlier in the movie.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same focus group.
You said it was the guy in the buck shirt.
It is a guy in a buck shirt. I don't remember a focus group earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Earlier we made note of the guy
when they were talking about.
We're like, of course he's from Tampa.
It was when they were talking about trying to figure out how to like sell the war to the people and explain what's going on.
Oh yeah. So it is, but then it is the same focus group. Yeah, I remember now. And he goes,
Good girl.
They're like, so what did you guys think of the movie? And he's like, did anyone have any gripes with it? And 2 people raised their hand. He's like, and then one guy in the buck shirt, he's like, yeah, it's a bunch of liberal bullshit. The whole movie's liberal. And he's like, and then one guy, he's like, how is it liberal bullshit? It's just stating the fact. He's like, yeah, you would say that, you libtard. He's like, I'm a libtard because I like facts. And then he's like, no, you're a libtard because look at your fucking glasses or something. And then they just start like beating each other up.
Oh, okay, so like it goes
and the
like
lady
to
doing
like 13.
The lady doing like the focus group is like, someone come in, someone help. Like you see the people behind the glass like rushing to get the guys.
Okay.
Oh. And I love Sam Rockwell in it too.
Sam Rockwell was perfect as George Bush.
He's such the goobery George Bush.
Yeah.
He's so perfect as George Bush.
I like George Bush, I'll be honest.
I didn't know I wanted Sam Rockwell as George Bush.
Yeah. It's such a perfect fit too. Like whoever did the makeup in this movie was great.
Yeah, that should get a nomination in its own.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, so you said you like George Bush. Do you like him as a president or do you like him as a character?
As a person, I like George Bush. As a president, I'm not getting into that because there's a lot of things that were obviously mishandled in his administration. And I don't think he was necessarily fit for leadership. And I don't think he necessarily wanted leadership.
He did it to make his daddy proud.
I think that's a big factor. But I don't know.
Made his
I don't know. But
proud.
There's a lot of, as a president, like it's like, there's people at work who like, they suck at work, but they're still like, I like the person.
Right.
Yeah. I think George Bush kind of falls there where it's like, he's good to like veterans, like he he shows them a lot of respect and things like that. He's a painter. He's kind of calmed down. He's just trying to talk about his life experiences. I like him.
I got you.
I like it when
he seems like a genial man. Like he seems very nice and personable.
Right. He does seem like a very genuine kind of guy.
He's very honest looking in a sense. Like you feel like what you see is what you get.
All differences aside, you could sit down and have like a talk with him, have a drink with him.
Yeah, he seems like a nice, a nice sociable guy.
I agree.
Without feeling like a slimy politician, like so many of them do.
Yeah.
Like how Dick Cheney can be nice and sociable.
Yeah.
Barely.
Barely.
Nice and sociable.
He's not as sociable as like a friendly bear, where it's like it can still tear your arms off.
Well, like when he's like he makes jokes during his little like
heart attacks.
He's like he claims to be. He claims to be friendly and not threat to the U.S. He goes, I claim to be eating healthy, and he's like eating like some fucking pastry or some shit. And he's like, all right, why don't you guys just pick him up? And then it's just like intense imagery of them kidnapping someone off the side of the street in broad daylight.
I did like the way it was written in.
He was a
like,
pretty good dad.
I did like
until a certain point.
Until a certain point.
I did like the way that it was
he had
written
a good run
in.
as a dad.
the guy that gave him the heart transplant is telling part of the story.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
cool.
very
That was
curious
really
how that was
cool
going
the
to
way
tie
that
together.
happened.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
waiting for that, and I was like, did they just forget about it? And then boom, it just like
Yeah.
I
out of
really
nowhere
like that.
ties in.
I really like that as a plot device, though. Like, it catches you off guard, too.
Yeah, because
like,
I
when it
expected
happens.
they were going to reveal that it's like the guy was like
His
disabled
nephew.
or he was missing legs or something,
Mhm.
or he was like a veteran that like
Yeah,
got
it showed
injured
him. It
because
showed
of
him.
that
Yeah,
involvement.
it showed him like in the army and everything.
Yeah,
So,
but I expected him to be like a wounded veteran. You know,
I thought it was
something
gonna be
along
like
those
he's like
lines.
secretly like my uncle or something.
yeah.
Because he says he's like I'm related to him.
I'm related
somehow.
to him. I'm connected to him.
Yeah.
He's like, you're probably wondering how I'm connected to Dick Cheney of all people.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But overall, I can see why this movie's like getting the hype it has and all the award nominations and
Yeah,
stuff.
because Bill won a
Super
Golden
good.
Globe for it, and
Yeah,
he said
he did.
he thanked Satan in his
Yeah.
speech.
Wait.
He
What?
did.
Christian Bale thanked Satan.
Oh, you're right. He
As
did.
inspiration.
Yeah.
For the
He
role.
said,
Yeah.
"Thank you, Satan."
For a second, he went hardcore, just like, yeah, Bohemian Grove. It's a thing. Check it out. I'm in it. Christian Bale, the actor, not Dick Cheney, who I'm portraying.
So we should make a movie about Christian Bale, but who could play Christian Bale?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale goes
He-
method and has
he would-
face surgery
would-
to make himself look like his younger self.
Yeah, he would
Ooh, that would be
de-age
the hardest.
himself.
That would be the hardest role too, because for part of the movie he'd have to gain weight, and other parts he'd have to lose it.
Oh, I guess
Multiple
we're Batman
times.
and the Machinist. They make him go through his stages again. So he's old as shit and he can't do it.
He has to fucking no. They're like, look, we can just CG the body this
Yeah.
time for the machinist, just because we're gonna briefly do. He's like, no.
I have to lose.
I am
the
a
weight.
master of my art. Yeah, he just private parts it, and he just plays himself in his
Yep.
own biopic.
That'd be really interesting.
I don't know. I think Christian Bale he's appreciated, but I don't think he's appreciated enough as like other people.
Really? I feel like he gets a lot of respect for most things he's
Yeah,
attached
he only
to.
has like one Oscar, and he's been on like a lot of like
So is
very well
DiCaprio.
acted. Yeah, but I don't like DiCaprio that much.
He's in a lot of good stuff. Though.
Yeah, dude. Hold on.
Yeah, but he's like he's.
Have you seen?
I don't
a lot
think
of
he's anything
DiCaprio's
special
work?
though.
Have you seen a lot of DiCaprio's work?
I've seen a good amount of his work.
He's pretty passionate.
Dude, like I used to write him off like because like the
Django?
Romeo and Juliet movie.
Okay, he did great in Django.
Listen,
I can't.
listen,
I
The
The
can't.
Revenant?
I never saw The Revenant.
You should.
That's
That,
one.
Wolf of Wall
I really
Street?
want to. Wolf of Wall Street. I thought he was a good. In.
Basketball Diaries.
Well, I think he's a good
What's Eating
actor. I don't
Over
think he's
Great?
bad.
Like,
He's got a
holy
lot of
shit,
good
dude.
performances.
Yeah.
But I feel like
The Departed.
he doesn't really do like very subtle stuff.
What do you mean?
He's not an actor that's
He's a very
not
bombastic
subtle
actor. It's like, but it's also like McConaughey. McConaughey is putting up a bunch
Yeah,
of
I
good
mean,
shit.
I
and
like-
he's not a subtle
well,
actor.
I like McConaughey and I like Leonardo DiCaprio,
Same
but I don't
for
think they're the best actors.
Woody Harrelson. Like they all kind of fit in that same kind of umbrella.
Exactly.
Where it's like they're all.
Dude, it's so weird. I was
they're
almost
good
having.
in all means, but
I was
don't-
almost
they're not,
having
like,
the
my
same
favorite. I think
exact.
Christian Bale, he's very good at like very subtle things in his acting that like
I was having
True.
this
Really
conversation.
transforms
he puts
it.
a, he puts a lot of work into his work.
well
He puts a lot of effort.
Right.
That is not
every
needed.
Christian Bale performance, he's like a different person, even though he
Yeah.
may look the
'Cause his
same.
method, yeah.
But like
He
the way he
becomes the
talks,
character.
his mouth moves differently, his eyes like
Yeah,
he
does.
fakes
he does,
having he fakes having no eye in The Big Short.
Yeah, he fakes an American accent for all his interviews.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single interview.
The only
Well,
time
or
I've
most of them, a large majority.
unless he's singing the Powerpuff Girls song. You seen
Yeah.
that interview?
Yeah.
What? I never seen-
Fighting crime, trying to save the world.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, because there was one part where he got called out on it, like on the Batman tour. He's like, "So why do you do your interviews with like an American accent?" And he
He's
goes,
like, I'm a method actor.
"He's like, because I don't want to like throw off the audience. I want them to go unexpectedly, like seeing the
Right.
connection of like American."
He's just good. He's
I
just
get
good.
that,
He's just
yeah.
good at being an actor that he acts in everyday life.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think he might actually be Patrick Bateman. He kills
I
women.
think he could be a crazy. Well, he is a crazy person.
He is a crazy person.
He's a tightly wound
What-
person.
but what
he pushes
degree of-
himself.
We don't know the degree of crazy he's potentially capable of.
He's Dennis from It's Always Sunny if he made it.
Yeah, if Dennis was a movie star.
If Dennis was a movie star, he'd be Christian Bale.
Christian Bale does have that very like handsome but scary kind of face.
Yeah. He's intimidating. He's a scary looking man.
Yeah.
I want to
He's
see that
he has
movie.
a-
I
he
wanna
has
see
a
that movie
quiet
Hostiles.
intensity to him.
That's like a Western movie that he recently just did. It's on Netflix.
You know what role killed
He's like
me?
a Civil War general.
Transformation wise, his part in American Hustle.
Oh my god,
So
he was
good.
fucking great in that movie.
Like when was it Bradley Cooper just fucks up his hair that he just like spent like forever doing in the mirror. Like the
Yeah.
look that he gives, he doesn't even have to say anything. It's just like the most
See,
golden thing.
Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't have shit on that. I'm just saying.
I disagree. Stop bringing DiCaprio
I'm just
down.
saying. I don't think he has shit on that.
he doesn't have the same subtlety, but in the same way, you could argue that's like, Christian Bale's his bombastic roles aren't as good.
Christian Bale's bombastic roles.
Opposite side of the coin, though. He doesn't have the strengths that Leonardo DiCaprio does, whereas DiCaprio does not have the strengths that Bale has.
Both those actors are strong.
They're both very good at what they do.
I think what the point I'm making is that Christian Bale has range. He can get into the bombastic.
What bombastic roles has he really killed?
American Psycho.
I wouldn't say that's bombastic.
That's very bombastic. It's very humorous and very over the top.
I feel like it's very wry, though. I feel like a lot of what says is tongue in cheek, though. It doesn't feel like he's like going.
Like
he's not hitting he's not
half of his dialogue is screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, I don't know.
He smokes a cigar while he has like blood.
But then you could say Shutter Island is a more subtle one that's really, really popular for DiCaprio, where he plays
Shutter Island.
But he plays a quieter character in that. It's not as bombastic.
And I guess when he gets crazy, he's not too over the top with it.
The Departed is another one where he's
for the
most of it.
Lena Carr, he just doesn't have that thing that Christian Bale gets with me. I think Christian Bale is probably my favorite actor, though. So
that's just
hard to compare.
That's just personal preference, though.
Do I have a favorite actor?
But he's not in my favorite.
Both of those actors are selling points for me currently. Like where DiCaprio's at. If he's coming out with a new movie, my interest is
Kurt Russell. I'll check out
Christian
almost
Bale.
anything he's in.
Kurt Russell's one. McConaughey, like I said, his back half career.
A good example of this would
Harrelson.
be a good example of Christian Bale being a
lately
really good actor, even if the movie's not so great. Is that movie Out of the Furnace?
Oh yeah.
He's very
not a good movie overall, but like,
Christian Bale's performance, he's like very blue collar.
About Fireheart.
It's not just an American.
Or Ring of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
Yeah, what about Rain of Fire?
I've never seen Rain of
That's
Fire.
the one with him and McConaughey, ain't it?
Yeah,
I've actually never seen that movie.
And they worked.
Is that the dragon movie?
Yeah,
is that a dragon movie?
Yeah, they worked in coal mines, and then they found a dragon egg, and then it jump cuts forward to like the apocalypse, where it's like society is fallen because dragons have fucked everything.
That sounds sick as fuck.
It sucks.
Oh,
yeah, the concept.
Damn, that sounds fucking dope.
I watched it a lot. Rain of Fire. Let's pull that one up on IMDb.
But his acting in Out of the Furnace is very. He's like very blue collar. He's very convincing as a blue collar. He looks like someone you'd see at the gas station buying cigarettes.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. It's got a 39 Metascore.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be in a little fucking shit from what Jersey was it?
Yeah, he gets into drugs and shit.
Yeah. Skinny as fuck for that role too.
Oh, The Machinist was fun too. Like wow.
Gerard Butler was also in this.
He was Creedy.
Holy shit! There were way too many names in this piece of trash movie.
This fucking B movie is what it sounds like.
No, it got like a big release and everything though. I remember when this movie came out.
I think I've always started watching.
You've probably seen this on like regular TV.
I feel like now
it
now
comes
I'm
on like
seeing
TNT all the fucking time or whatever.
Oh no! I never finished this movie as a kid. I always watched it late at night with my dad and would fall asleep to it.
I'm a Navy SEAL and I fight dragons. McConaughey.
Another selling point actor. Though.
Is he bald in this movie?
Yep. This was in the bald phase.
And the bald phase of McConaughey.
Also, it's like I'm Christian Bale and I never walk around sexy with my shirt off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sold.
This was pre-Batman. We got tanks to fight
dragons, Batman vs. Dragons.
Are you gonna tell me now that like your favorite Terminator is Terminator Salvation?
I don't like the Terminator movies.
Huh.
I like the first. Okay, I like the first one and I like the second one. But what else is there?
Those
to
are
watch?
the two to
watch.
watch.
All right, we're cool.
What else is there to watch then?
Yeah,
I don't know. Your boy Christian Bale's in Salvation.
I watched
the lead.
Actually, that's the first Terminator
He's John
movie I
Connor.
watched. And it was really boring.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's not one you want to start on.
Yeah, it was really boring, and I thought it was interesting that he fights CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Judgment Day is the best Terminator, hands down.
T2 is the best.
Oh, so good.
Is that T3?
No, it's T2.
T2.
No, T3 is what was it called?
Rise of the Machines.
Rise of the Machines.
Me and Ben were enjoying that movie when they like rebrought it to theaters in 4K resolution. And
I almost got into a fist fight.
Or wait, was it 4K or 3D? They redid it.
4K.
Yeah, it was like 4K. It was fucking nice,
I kind of would have thought.
I was so stoked.
I almost got into a fist fight.
I would have seen that.
Ben, oh god.
Please explain.
Ben leans into me about halfway through this movie like, TJ, if I have to go like kick someone's ass, you got me?
Yeah.
Like,
it was one of my rare moments of just like, yeah, I'm ready to get into a fight.
And I loved it. Like, we were so into this fucking movie,
did you
too.
have his back if it was
I
good?
did. I was ready.
Immediately, movie starts, lady rolls in stroller. I'm like, no.
You're gonna fight a baby?
No.
Thought about it. And then it's like a couple walks in with the baby, of course. It's a man and a woman.
Another baby? This is baby 2?
No, this is with the first baby.
Oh, okay.
Man, woman, baby. And the movie starts and baby cries like almost immediately.
It's a Terminator movie.
Yeah, but we let it happen. We're like, we'll see.
Like, whatever.
We'll
I
see.
know it's not an important movie. It's a movie I've seen many times. The baby calms down. All is well. They take the baby out. Come back in. Baby starts crying like almost immediately because, hey, loud action movie, surprise. I don't say anything, but I go up to the front desk because it's been going on for like 20 minutes.
It was going on for a while.
And just back and forth, baby crying the entire time. I'm like, hey, there's somebody brought their baby. Can you say something to them? Maybe along the lines of get the fuck out.
Along the lines of get the fuck out.
And
aren't they like, we know?
Yeah, and they're like, we know. I'm like, so you let them? and they're like, we'll say something. I go back. I'm like, they're gonna say something. And then somebody comes in, taps on the shoulder, and they step outside and they talk. And then 30 minutes after that, baby comes back in. I'm like, what? I thought they left. What the fuck's going on here?
Did they sneak the baby back in a purse or something?
I don't know. But I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, by the end of the movie, I'm fucking livid. I feel like my pulse behind my eye, I'm seeing red. I'm like, and TJ, I'm like, TJ, if I get in a fight, you got my back. And TJ is like, ha ha ha, very funny. And I turned the corner to confront
Ben literally walked past me, pushed me out the way. He went to these people. I was like, oh fuck, Ben wasn't joking about this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm squaring up, I'm ready now.
I'm like, hey assholes, what part of don't bring a baby to a movie theater don't you understand? And then I realized I'm like, this is grandma and her 13-year-old grandson.
Oh, the 13-year-old kid's phone kept going off too.
Right, sorry, this 13-year-old's phone kept going off too.
Oh,
And then I get there, I thought it was an adult. I turned the corner and say, I'm not fighting an old woman and a 13-year-old kid.
He instantly turns it back, but he still got into it.
But I'm still pissed.
Yeah,
and the lady, because I've already said the words before I realized what's going on. And she goes, what am I supposed to do? TJ, don't break my fucking chair.
I didn't even do it.
It's not a lean back.
I wasn't even leaning.
Back at it.
And this lady, she goes, what am I supposed to do with the baby? I can't take my grandson to go see a movie you want. I'm like, it's on DVD. You can rent the movie. You don't need to take it to him live when you have the child. I'm like, you can get a babysitter. She's like, I don't have that kind of money. I'm like, you shouldn't be going to movies in the first place.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got movie theater money, but
But you don't have babysitter money? It's like, fuck you. I got pissed.
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I think she spit on the floor, too. I'm like, if she spit on me, I'm going to beat her ass. It was a conscious decision I made. I'm like, TJ, you're leaning back again.
I'm not even leaning.
You were leaning. Your foot was an inch off the floor. I saw you.
My feet are on the
Break
floor.
my chair, I break you.
No, the
I'm
foot of the
pumped.
chair.
I'm reliving my battle memories.
The battle memories.
Nah, it sucked though.
Oh
was
no,
beyond
I've
just bringing a baby
gotten
to a
angry
theater.
at the.
I was pissed.
I've gotten as angry as yelling "shut the fuck up" in a movie theater.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times where I'm just like, hey, stop.
There was I went to go see that movie Lights Out, just because it was a movie to watch.
Okay.
And it was me and my girlfriend, and there was a bunch of teenagers, fucking being a bunch of annoying teenagers, and then and I'm saying shh loud because I'm in the front and they're way back there, and it gets to the point where I'm like, hey, can you guys shut the fuck up? And then
when I saw Happy Death Day,
why would you go to see that in the theaters? That's
I
gonna
saw
be
that in
crawling
theaters.
with middle schoolers and fucking.
Not if you go on a Tuesday at 1 in the
I
afternoon.
went on a Tuesday at 7:00.
Okay, see, there
I'm like,
could
should
be
be
people
empty.
there.
I was like, should be empty. It's a Tuesday.
Teenagers.
Yeah, but it was it came out during school season. I'm like, they probably got shit going on. They got band practice or whatever. 7:00. It's they're eating dinner with their families, I'd hope. But nope, they were sitting behind us, and the person I went and saw it with leaned over their shoulder, and they were like, "Can you just not do everything that you're doing right now? Just the switching seats, the rustling around snacks, just talking to each other. Just get out of your system. Just don't." I don't go to movies often. I don't need that shit the entire time.
Or I
And they straighten up. They're like, all right, fucking, we're spoken to with authority.
I think one of the funniest times I was at the movies with Ben, we went and saw, it was I think it was the Civil War, Captain America.
Yeah.
And this fucking dude kept falling asleep beside Ben.
On me.
On his shoulder.
This guy kept laying his head on my shoulder and falling asleep.
And Ben, I look over at him, and Ben's like, what the fuck? Like, you know, and I'm like, dying laughing.
He's tired. I don't want to wake him up. He's so sleepy.
Yeah,
He's sleeping through Civil War.
You got super
and the
passive
guy's
Ben.
wife like looks over and sees him, and she like wakes up. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? That's a stranger. He doesn't want that."
And then he fell asleep on
it's
him.
okay. He's very tired.
It's okay, he's very
And
tired.
then he fell asleep on him again, like later in the movie.
The wife was just like, "You keep doing it. Stop."
Like, of all the
That's so
places he
funny.
could lean, he'd rather lean on Ben's comfy ass shoulder than his
His
wife's.
wife's bony shoulder. He's like, that man's got some cushion on his arms.
Like, it's great though, because I keep looking over. Ben's just like shaking his head, just passively, like, well, he's comfortable. I don't want to.
Oh, he's comfortable. It's whatever. He's warm.
So
I haven't
we're
been
just
touched.
talking about weird movie theater experiences now. What else I got? I've yelled at a child in a movie theater. He kept talking during Ant-Man, and I said,
It's
"Shut
kind of
up,
hard,
please."
It's kind of hard to like fight a child in Ant-Man.
I will fight.
It's
a child.
hard to fight.
I will fight. Not like fisticuffs, but I will yell at a child.
Not fistic.
We're going to be talking about this later in the podcast, but we watched Under the Silver Lake, and there is a scene where he beats the shit out of a kid, and I'm like...
feels so good.
And because there is a problem in real life where it's like, if a 14-year-old does something that deserves a genuine ass-kicking...
You can't, because you'll
You
go to
can't,
fucking
because
jail.
you'll go to jail. But it's like, if a 14-year-old like puts a fucking brick through my car window,
and
that kid's
draws
getting
a
his...
dick with a key.
Yeah, I'm like, that kid's getting his ass beat. I'm doing a quick look around. If there's an adult, I'm punching that fucker
See,
as hard as I can. I'm
I-
unloading 250 pounds of my ass just through my fist onto that child's face.
What I was
Just
expecting
done.
was Andrew Garfield be like, "Hey, get the fuck out of my car!" And the
No.
kid's running off real quick, and he just goes, "Ah, what the fuck?" No, Andrew Garfield fucking jumps on these kids and beats the
their
shit.
ass. And he hunts
He's
down the
just
second
bop,
kid
bop.
and beats his
And
ass
the
too.
second kid's running away, and he fucking chases him.
And he's faster because he's got grown man
Yeah,
legs.
It was so satisfying because you can't do it in real life,
Yep.
but in a movie,
Arguable. You shouldn't do it in real life.
you can.
In
You're
real
gonna go
life?
to jail. You're gonna go to jail.
In real life, you go,
You're right.
it'll be worth it.
Ben's
In
got-
that moment, I'd be convinced. I've got a rage inside me.
If a kid
No, I
literally,
can kind of agree with
if-
you on that.
if
but
a 14-year-old
long-term thinking on it on a
Think about
no
what
adrenaline
happened, though.
mind, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
but think about what happened though. It's like if a kid literally drew a dick on your car.
Oh, no,
Like,
no.
I'm force feeding him
In
that
real
fucking
life.
egg, and I'm gonna punch him right in the chest.
In real life, I'm gonna make him eat the key.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. You'll go to jail, but it's also like, man, do I want to kick that kid's
Yeah,
ass.
but it's also to be like, who the fuck's that kid gonna tell? He just keep my car.
I'm
He's
gonna
gonna
make
get in a
him-
lot of
I'm
trouble.
gonna hit him so
This
hard
is my
that he
word versus
forgets
his.
it
I'm an
happened.
adult.
Do you remember?
Beat him so he forgets that it happened.
Didn't
Just
Zach
kill him.
Didn't Zach
Just
Braff?
fucking just hold his
Just
throat
strangle-
closed.
Just strangled this
No,
small
I can't
child.
condone killing someone for vandalism.
Whatever, fuck him.
It's
He's not gonna grow up to be a
Singapore.
productive
Look,
member of
it's Singapore.
society.
You don't know. Maybe he needed that turning scolding moment of, hey,
Of almost
I'm
dying.
getting his ass beat because
Strangle
he realizes
him
like he's like the real world's hard. I'll get my ass
you
beat.
did straight,
Strangle
man.
him till almost death. That way
Yeah.
you'll really like sink in that memory. Don't kick
Yeah.
people's cars.
Didn't Zach Braff,
You fight club him. You grab his wallet and you go, "Oh, that's where you live? Okay." And then you give it back to him like, "Don't fucking come near me again."
Didn't Zach Braff like slap a child like in a Punked episode?
Yeah, he
because
got punked. They fucked with his car and chased the kid down.
Like,
and
punched him
he
or
fucking
something?
punched him.
No way.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I'm pulling this
I
video
remember
up.
it being a thing, and everyone's like, "Oh God, he punched a child." It's like, well, the kid like fucked up his car.
Did they repair his car?
I think it wasn't his
It
car.
wasn't really his car. It was like a Punked episode.
They're bringing. I heard they brought Punked back, or they're bringing it back, but with not Ashton Kutcher.
I'm pretty like
Morgan Freeman fires back at Zach Braff.
you remember it happening. Yeah, what the fuck?
Why was Morgan Freeman beefing with Zach Braff?
Yeah.
Is it saying the Garden State actor made a bad move when he went to the internet?
What?
Is that Bobby Moynihan pretending to be a TMZ employee?
Hmm.
Did you see that guy?
Yeah.
Getting really mad because someone's like, more like sugar gay.
Like,
He's like, who the fuck just said that?
Like-
Who the fuck just said that? And he finds the guy. He's like, oh yeah, you real tough now, huh? You real tough? You want to fucking go?
one of my favorite onstage
Just because they called him
meltdowns.
sugar gay.
You ever see the onstage meltdown of the lead singer of Smash Mouth?
Yeah.
When they're playing a food festival or whatever, and like people keep throwing bread and shit on
Yeah.
stage.
Why?
And he's like, who the fuck keeps throwing this? And he's
Yeah,
like,
they throw,
next
like-
person that does it, I'm gonna kick their ass, and then they keep doing it.
Oh my god, does he kick someone's ass?
No, he's ready to.
Pussy.
He was talking mad
He
shit.
should have kicked someone's ass just to
Yeah.
prove a point, and then everyone just like silently watching the Smash Mouth.
I
guy.
kept
Yeah, you're
thinking-
fine making the news like Smash Mouth actor beats man for throwing bread at him. That's a good headline. That's positive press.
They probably
Any
thought
publicity is good publicity.
Yep.
they probably thought he was the guy from Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dines.
Yeah, they're like, review my food.
Guy Fieri, how's his fucking bread, bitch?
Guy Fieri's a cool guy. Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri, not his real name, but
It is.
no, it isn't.
Yeah.
No, he changed it.
We did.
It's spelled differently.
Fuck with me.
Ben will hit a child, man. You better not be lying to him.
Yep, it's Guy Ramsey Ferry. Guy,
Changed it back to his old family name when he married his wife in 1995,
But
in
he's
order to honor his grandfather, who changed it to Ferry when he emigrated from Italy.
he was Guy.
It's a
he was Guy
responsible
Ramsey
way.
Ferry though. He was Guy Ferry.
Yeah, no, he's Guy Ramsey Fieri. Because that was his grandfather's last name before he Americanized it.
I think Fieri is his
Italian
grandpa's. Yeah, was his
Yeah.
grandpa's real name. So
So he did change his name, but for a really good reason. He changed it to his ancestral name.
that's
No, his
true.
ancestral
But he
name.
was Guy Ferry.
His
though.
ancestral name is Violent
Guy
J.
Fieri. Violent J.
From Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah. He's making donkey sauce. To honor his grandfather.
I'm not, man.
You were.
Can you just not lean back in the chair,
I'm
TJ?
not
Just
leaning
Don't
back.
lean back.
There.
You keep doing it. Whenever you laugh, you lean
forward.
back super
lean
hard.
forward then.
Alright. Sorry.
Just sit on the floor like an animal.
Sit on the floor with Bosco.
We're an hour into this one. We need you to not die by impalement on my chair.
Fair enough.
So, and then we discussed Vice in depth. You should see it. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Good movie.
So, did you, Pierce, watch anything in these couple weeks that you want to talk about? That's worth.
Yes. I did.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. No, just kidding. I watched mid-90s.
How was it?
Good.
Really?
It's like Kids, but a little sweeter.
Okay, I'm okay with that because Kids is really fucking dark.
This movie gets dark, but not as dark as Kids ever gets.
Okay,
and
Kids gets so dark.
Kids doesn't get as dark as Kids, but it has a nice little sweeter tinge to it than Kids
Okay.
does. It doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth. It's like
Okay.
it's just a solid little movie about
Some bad medicine.
growing up with the wrong crowd.
Okay. That kid is popping, by the way. He's
He's
doing
in
a lot of work.
He's in a lot of shit. He was in
House with a Clock in its Walls.
I don't think it's the same kid.
Yeah, it's the bully kid.
I didn't see it, so maybe I thought you were talking about the main kid.
No, he's the secondary kid.
He's in Killing of a Sacred Deer.
I've been wanting to check that out.
He's in The Favorite. He's in He's in 2 Yorgos Lanthimos movies. That's pretty cool.
The kid's getting work.
And he's also in something else.
He's gonna be in next season of Stranger Things.
Probably. He's
Probably. I don't know. I'm guessing. We don't know
probably.
that.
We don't really know that, but I bet he will be.
Why not?
Jacob Montgomery made it.
Yeah, he's the hot kid actor right now. Put him in it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, this guy was in Power Rangers. We'll put him in it.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't seen Steve and the older sister do anything from Stranger Things.
No, yeah,
Can
not
you
much.
can you reword that?
What?
He's the hot kid actor.
the up and coming, very
actor.
popular kid actor.
Like you said it so nonchalantly. You're just like
That's not what I meant.
He's the hot kid actor. Just put him in Stranger Things.
Yeah, but mid-90s is good. Check it out.
Like,
Watch
maybe
it.
you shouldn't.
Definitely watch mid-90s. I also saw House That Jack Built. Pretty disturbing scenes in it. Not as people are kind of.
You want to give a rundown for the brief, general basis for people who don't know it?
House that Jack built.
It's
What's it
Matt
about?
Dillon doing his best Nicolas Cage impression.
Oh,
It's like an anthology. Like he views each murder as
wait,
art,
it's an
right?
anthology.
It is. It's just it's
yeah.
5 moments over 12 years of him killing.
And
people.
each one's like he views his murders as like a piece of art. So like each one
And
is.
it's-
Is there an
done in a
overarching
the
different-
narrative?
The movie's structured around him talking to.
Yeah, it's
a
all Matt
priest.
Dillon killing people.
It's Matt Dillon talking to a priest about each killing.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's something that binds it together.
Yeah, so there's a lot of narration from them two talking back and forth, and that's when it gets into like showing Lars von Trier is basically best of compilation.
Okay.
While he's saying like great art exists out there. And
Gotcha.
we can't understand the value of art.
But it's
Some
as
shit like
Von
that.
Trier as Von Trier can be.
It's very Von Trier. There's a lot of very cool imagery that's disturbing, like when he's fucking just driving a van with a body just tied to the back, like there's a string and then there's a body, like tied to it, like wrapped up in a plastic bag, but the head is sticking out of the bag, like the back of the head, so it's just leaving a blood trail behind him as he's like driving his car,
Man.
like right to his secret hideout.
That's probably not a good plan.
But in the movie, it's interesting how it's dealt with, and then there's just a Von Trier, like you can tell there's stuff that they like that would be shown in the director's cut that isn't shown in this one, in certain scenes. Well, it's loud. Can you hear it on the mic?
I can't, but I've got the volume turned up really high, so I wasn't sure. I kept hearing it just loud enough that I was checking my phone. I don't care. It's not gonna pick up. We'll be fine.
If I muffle it with my jacket.
Whatever. So Lars von Trier, it's like his greatest hits.
Just at one part, there's just a little best of comp.
Would you put this up there as like some of the best?
I like it
Von
better
Trier
than
movies you've seen?
Nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
I liked it as... I didn't watch all of Antichrist, so I guess I can't really
I need to finish Antichrist too.
See, you piss me off. You'll start movies and then you'll just like leave through them.
It's because I got tired.
But you start movies like fucking Antichrist.
Yeah.
And then you just leave.
It
and
happens
like,
to me. It
I'm like,
happens
well,
to
no,
me.
I gotta finish this. And I do.
It'd be like watching like I spit on your grave and then leaving halfway through.
Do
You
you
just
know
watch the horrible rape part, but you don't watch the revenge part.
So you're just like, wow, that
That'd be
movie
fucked
sucked.
Yeah, that's just really fucked up. Why'd you make me watch that?
I remember one time. I bought that movie because it was at Walmart for like $5.
They'll sell that, but they won't sell the Wizard of Oz.
I know, blows my fucking mind. And literally, I looked at the back of it and like I was just like, it's like Ebert said or something like, this is one of the most vile movies I've ever fucking seen. I was like, all right, $5, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Dope.
It's like a grindhouse, like supposedly like
Spit on Your Grave?
classic kind of
Yeah,
thing
I've
from the
heard of it. I
70s,
need to watch it.
Miyazaki or whatever. And
You
man,
told me about it a lot recently.
Yeah, and I remember watching it. And it's just like, holy shit, it's an intense cold shower movie.
Hell yeah.
Kind
like
of
that.
thing. And I remember telling people about it, and there was a bunch of people over one day, like, high school get together, and they're like, let's watch it, because they wanted to watch a movie. I'm like,
We're
you
like,
guys,
no,
this
please.
is not a movie. I'm telling you that, like, it's like a group party fucking movie.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it'll be fun. I'm like, guys, no, like,
Yeah,
we'll
it
get
was-
pizza. And I'm
It's
like,
you,
no.
me, Tessa, and Christian.
There's
I
a
wanna
shit
say.
ton
How
of
was
people.
it as a
There was
group-
other people
group
there,
viewing?
too.
Were there?
Yeah, I think that, like, other people were invited over. I think...
How was it
man.
as a group viewing?
It's just weird.
It was super uncomfortable.
Because everybody was like, yep, nope, probably didn't want to watch this.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I was like, TJ, why are you making me watch
was
this
super
horrible
weird.
rape
There's a
shit?
really disturbing
I'm like,
scene.
I didn't condone you guys to watch this.
There's a scene in House of Jack Built that honestly made me cringe.
Is there anything in it?
I don't
that
wanna
just-
spoil it
Does
for
it
you
just make you
guys.
mad?
Just like
Yeah, this scene makes me mad. This scene
Von
that I'm
Trier
talking
is
about.
good at like conveying that through film. Like he'll just do a scene that's like so
Puts a nail
heinous
through
and
a
out
dick.
there. You're just like, no,
I want to tell you guys, but like,
no, don't spoil it because I do want to see
I'm
it.
gonna get around to watching when he puts his unrated cut out there in the world.
I wouldn't even wait for that.
No, dude, Von Trier's movies. I'm telling you, it's usually a one-time.
I'm gonna watch
viewing,
it one time.
and you
I'm
might
not
as
gonna
well
watch
do.
this movie
You might as
twice.
well do his interpretation the way he intended
House
it
of
to
Jack
be.
Built though, it's good. It's good.
I believe you.
But am I gonna want to watch it twice?
I would watch it again. I would actually watch it again.
Would you watch any of his other movies again?
No,
See, nah.
but I would watch
that's why.
this. No, but I watched this movie again because I like serial killer movies, and this is a good serial killer movie.
All right.
All right.
It doesn't get like
I'll give him 2 months to put out like some word about whether it's like gonna come out for sure. Because I could wait.
he did
until
say it
then.
was gonna come out though.
But,
He
like, I
said
need-
June 2019.
June 2019. I can wait 5 months. I can wait 5 months. For the definitive.
I feel like the director's cut is gonna be a worse version of it because it's gonna be too
Think
long.
so?
I think it's gonna be too long because that's what he likes to do. He likes to add an extra hour.
Why don't we do it for the podcast when it comes out? That way you can talk about the differences between the two, and we can
Okay.
talk about how it was.
Yeah, I'll fucking rewatch the theatrical before I watch the director's cut too. I think it's a solid movie. It has its problems, but it's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's disturbing, but it's not over. Well, it is over.
Do
the
you
top
see
in
why
some part,
people-
But it's
do you
not like
see why
it's not like
people
Saw
walked out?
disturbing.
Of the screenings.
Well,
at,
when you involve anything that
cons or
has,
whatever,
if you involve
Canyons or
anything
whatever,
with
I guess.
kids, is gonna make people angry.
Yeah. So what I've
Fucks
heard is
kids?
no, he blows their heads off with shotguns.
I remember
Oh, shit.
they don't.
That's intense.
They treat it with some artistic integrity, though.
What a sentence.
No,
He tastefully kill children with shotguns.
Look, it's one thing to beat them up like Under the Silver Lake. You don't blow their heads off with shotguns.
And you don't beat them up in movie theaters.
Interesting.
So, Ben,
Interesting to
what
include
else?
that one.
What else have you watched?
Well, we mentioned it earlier.
Under the
started
Silver
watching
Lake.
Under the Silver Lake. It's not started watching. We watched it. I watched it twice.
Yeah, you watched it, then came over and
We
watched
watched
We
it.
need to watch it.
Yeah.
That was an excellent movie.
I would
Fantastic
watch
movie.
it again. It's a very good
It's
movie.
one of my-
I watched
it's
it
one of
and
my
then
current
I immediately
favorites right
watched
now.
it the second time.
It's
It's a current favorite of mine right
it's
now.
a
It's awesome.
yeah. It's a very.
Yeah.
I understand
It's
the
a
hype.
modern classic.
Yeah.
It's a modern classic.
I hope that
It's
somehow
gonna have
this
a cult
movie. I hope
following.
that somehow this movie sees a bigger release somehow.
Somehow.
It'll have a cult
Because
following.
it was, dude. Remember I
10 years
remember
from now,
seeing a
it'll be the
trailer.
shit.
I remember seeing a trailer for it in theaters like a while ago, and then like there was hype of it getting released, and then it never did.
It got pushed back, and then you just watch it online.
And this movie plays into, we're not sure if it on a meta level connects or not, but we've had this kind of joke between us about synchronicities. About things where it's like we talk about something and then it happens to appear in like the news
Speaking
or pop
into
culture.
existence.
And it's not anything that
Exactly.
you would necessarily deem as like relevant
Important.
to you necessarily, but lately.
But like we watched, the first big one is when we watched that long series of movies starring the tall man.
Phantasm.
Phantasm. We watched the Phantasm franchise like on a whim, and then just like, oh, that's weird. Halloween, after we just watched all the Halloween
Yeah,
movies.
Danny McBride said
Danny
in a
McBride
Q&A.
said, like, hey, I want to do a Phantasm remake.
Yeah, because someone
That'd be
asked
cool.
someone asked him
And
in
it's
Q&A,
such
like,
a
what would you wanna
weird
do?
cult,
Yeah.
like, it's a hidden gem that's not
Yeah.
really, like, out
And
there.
about
right
it.
after
So
we
weird.
binge all the Halloween movies and we're hype about this Halloween movie, we're on this, like, he just brings that up.
Yeah, he just casually brings up
That's fucking
Phantasm,
cool.
that thing that you just happen to, like, just watch all of.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, and there's things like that that happen
That happens to me a
all
lot. That happens
the
to me a lot.
time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know it's like a thing where it's like your brain is
Of
trained
course,
to
yeah.
you know, recognize things that you're in your...
No, but me and Ben will get, like, full-blown number 23 shit on it. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
But some of them get very intricate, and we're not sure if...
I get deja vu almost too
Yeah.
often.
And we talked about this idea, and we're not sure if the discussion started because
Of this movie.
we saw a trailer about it, and we're like... And then we started talking about how
I'm
it
telling you, Ben,
happens.
remember we started spitballing
I think,
the idea of synchronicity.
I don't think that movie's involved in our discussion.
It is.
See, because he says it is. I have no recollection
No,
of it. I remember the
no,
conversation,
look.
but I don't remember talking
Ben,
about the
Talking about
movie.
Under the Silver
We
Lake?
saw,
Yeah.
we saw a trailer for Under the Silver Lake, or I
I
showed
don't
him the
think
trailer.
I did.
I'm pretty sure, no, because I remember having this
You did
conversation.
see the trailer.
I know, but he did.
I remember
And
seeing
he
it was like
thinks
either
we talked about it, and I don't
It
think
was
we
either
did.
it was either a first look or something
just
when we
people
got to the
remembering
theater
things
early.
differently.
Hold on though, but I remember spitballing the rough idea because me and Ben.
But it
said-
might be the origin of the synchronicity
right. Anyway,
theory.
because me and Ben
You need to
started.
watch American Animals.
Me and Ben started like spitballing the idea of fleshing out like synchronicity. We're like, that would be a really cool movie. You know what I mean? Like in terms of if we could write it. And,
That'd be like an Under
and then,
the Silver Lake
and
type
then and then
movie.
me and Ben
Yeah.
looked at each other and we were just like, you do realize the idea we just came up with, there's nowhere near we're at the level where we can write something like that and have it
Yeah.
do justice.
we gotta do a couple other scripts
So-
for it and see those get fleshed out
so
before we
we've
can
been-
like commit to that
Yeah.
like high concept of a movie.
You
get
can't do
some
this
shit under your
yeah,
belt
you
before
can't do
do it.
this during amateur hour.
Yeah.
And like it's funny though.
We need to have our clerks before we can even
Right.
try to do a Chasing
and,
Amy.
and it's funny as shit though because like we keep seeing things and I'm like, Ben, synchronicity.
yeah.
like-
like that's like our like little thing
Yeah.
where it's just like
You ever see
we'll
Hot
send
Tub-
each other a
yeah.
link and I'll just like, dude,
It's at a point now. You ever see Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yes.
You know the Great White Buffalo.
Yeah.
that's our thing.
It's like synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
Ben, holy shit, synchronicity.
I have an idea for a conspiracy movie, but it's like I think I might have talked about it a lot of time. I want a conspiracy movie like Under the Silver Lake, but about children finding out Santa isn't real.
It's like they're connecting all the dots.
Yeah, they go to like the older kid who has like blurry photos of his parents putting the kids under the tree.
So it's them like solving the mystery of
He
Santa
sets up a
Claus.
camera and his mom walks out from like behind a closet with some presents, like
So,
the
it's very
the
blurry.
owl lady.
Yeah.
Like it's super creepy. Also, I appreciate how in Under Silver Lake, they tell you like 3 things and they make you ask 75 of like how that universe functions on
Yeah.
the back end because you get a peek. You get a peek into the
It's
real world beyond the layers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like with the whole like owl thing, there's just like a random thing almost that they threw in there, but then it's also
you get no explanation for that.
You know about as much as he knows about it.
Yeah, and that's like it makes sense that you don't really.
Yeah, you don't get an answer.
And
when
it
it's
kind of
feels
feels like, it feels like a graphic novel almost. In
Yeah,
that
it's
kind
very.
of sense.
It's
the
very
movie has the theme of graphic
old
novels.
school noir.
And something that I really appreciated is I went into it. I didn't know almost anything. I still swear I didn't ever see a trailer for this movie, and I watched it. I didn't realize how like almost horror it gets. Because there's that scene, this is very early on, without spoiling anything, because I don't think we've said anything too spoilery in this. There's a scene where he's like walking through this like weird back path to get to his apartment, and they set up in the movie that there's a dog killer out.
Oh,
someone who
yeah.
kills dogs. And he sees the girl from his apartment building like kneel down in the middle of like the road.
Oh yeah.
And there's a man's body laying
He's like
down.
eating a homeless person.
And then she turns around and it's a man wearing her clothes. And he's eating this person on the ground.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, these weird hands reach out of the bushes and split the body in half. And then, like, they drag them, like, 12 feet, like, comically long. And separates. And then he wakes up and it was a dream. But I was like, that's fucking creepy. I don't know, like, it caught me so off guard. I was not expecting it to
It's
be
a cool-ass movie.
Yeah. And there's some
weird
moments in it.
There's also some weird humor. There's that scene where, like, he beats up the guy on the toilet. And they just, like, zoom in on, like, the shit in the toilet for, like, a quick second.
Yeah.
It's like also when he's on the toilet, there's like goofy like farting noises happening. Like
Or when him and that girl are having sex and they're like just banging on the bed
talking
and
about
like watching the
Kurt
TV and they're just having like casual conversation and like all of a sudden relevant shit starts happening on the TV. Like he notices the accident.
He's focusing, he's still going.
But he focuses. But she's also just as fuck. It's just the way it's shot.
They're
and
both
done.
watching the
It's
news.
really funny the way it's done.
It's a movie though. It works really well, and also TJ and I were having a discussion of whether Jesus and the Vampires was Silver Sun Pickups.
Yeah, because I'm like Ben, this sounds like Silver Sun Pickups. Because Bale's like because you already watched it once. You're like, yeah, this song's really good. I was like, it sounds like Silver Sun Pickups.
Yeah, it's like Turning Teeth or something.
Like teeth.
Oh, dude. Also, if we're still talking about Under the Silver Lake, the best fucking scene in the movie is when he goes to the guy. We're getting into spoiler territory.
This is spoiler territory.
But we got to talk
Absolutely
about the scene.
skip this.
Yeah.
But the monologue that the most evil man on the face of the planet does
talks about the songs that build generations
that
we
love that
love
scene.
and
that
everything.
Scene is
was
so
written,
intense.
The messages was only written because it's not pertaining to you.
And he's playing
Fuck
music
you, man.
that you recognize the entire time, and he's just seamlessly flowing them from one to another.
And he's hurting.
He's
hurting everybody, like everybody's feelings that anybody's ever had any sentiment with these classic songs.
Yeah. He's like, I made this shit up,
it's such
motherfucker.
It's such an ultimate middle finger.
I shit these songs out every day.
Yeah, it's just such an ultimate middle finger
and
to
he's
like everybody.
He's like, the songs you used to rebel were mine. The songs you were rebelling against were mine.
And then he ends up getting his head smashed in with Kurt Cobain's guitar. It's
and
the most
he didn't even
rock and
recognize
roll
it as
thing
Kurt
ever.
Cobain. He goes, "Oh, that's who ended up using that." Like, he doesn't care about any of the memorabilia surrounding him.
Yeah. He's like, this is Kurt Cobain's.
Even though supposedly this secret ghost songwriter is the one that like penned "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and pretty much
he's like playing that. He's like, oh, you recognize.
He's
this
pretty much
one.
like the song Illuminati, like you know.
Yeah.
And I don't understand his significance because they don't really get into what the messages mean.
No, they don't explain.
He says it doesn't matter. It's for him.
Yeah, he's like it doesn't matter. The messages aren't for you.
He says they're my messages that
they're
I want you to know.
They're the messages that I'm supposed to be telling from my friends.
Yeah, he's like they're messages for my friends that you just wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like an inside joke.
It's too many. It's too high up of a level for you to even understand.
He's like the reason
you don't understand the level that you're at now, much less how many more levels go up.
He's like you're under. You don't understand the message because it's not for you.
Yeah.
No, but truly just a beautiful fucking scene.
Then he gets his face smashed.
It's all about control.
With gook everywhere when he hits it.
Yep.
Yeah, such a good movie.
He fucking murdered that man super hard.
He murdered that man to death.
Nice. Did we watch?
What else did we watch?
I
watched Back and Forth last night.
Oh yeah, the Foo Fighters documentary. If you're into the Foo Fighters or Nirvana or anything,
into the Foo Fighters.
All right, well, I'd view it. You got to be into the Foo Fighters, obviously. But I'd say also on a level of like if you're into like just rock music, like the grunge scene and stuff like that, it's worth checking out.
Yeah, but I feel like once you've
really
seen one music documentary, you've seen them all.
No.
Depends on how attached you are to the band.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's what defines
special interest, but
that's true.
But the way
I'm not very
now,
attached
I gotta
to
say
Foo
the way
Fighters,
this one,
I don't see it
right. But the
attention.
way I agree, it is definitely a special interest thing. It is kind of long too. It's pretty lengthy. But
I don't do good with that.
but the narrative, the way that they present it, is really cool for a documentary because like they do it in this very
I like when documentaries
very
get interesting.
almost
like
unbiased way of
Yeah,
like,
it's very raw and unfiltered, and
Yeah.
it paints the people in it not in the most positive light, even though they're like, no, that's our story. This is one we're gonna like
Yeah,
latch
just-
onto.
yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's
it was
human,
like
you
the-
know.
the
I don't know.
time
It's just a
what
really
it is,
solid
like, it is.
documentary.
That's cool.
Because there's a lot of documentaries, but not all of them get the stamp of approval.
We watched that.
like soaked in bleach.
We watched Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to talk
We
about it.
we all mutually agreed the concept's cool. Could have been a little better.
was
Very anticlimactic. Got really goofy with the Netflix stuff. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like elements of it. It's not bad. It's definitely worth the check out. I'm not disappointed.
I thought it was
tried
cool watching his body little splat on the ground because it was like very far away, so you
Yeah.
don't see the details, but you know something gross just happened.
Yeah, it's
Nah.
got
That
some
was-
okay stuff.
I watched Spring
The
Breakers.
Spring Breakers is
I
a
rewatched
solid
that.
movie.
It's still solid. Holds
It,
up.
especially, I feel like the movie works better when you know the
Yeah,
context of
and
the
then,
director of like what the
did
kind of
that.
movies he makes.
I watched White Boy Rick. That was
Oh, how
pretty
was
good.
that?
I liked it.
Yeah,
It was
I
good.
didn't watch that one yet.
Strong performances from McConaughey and the main
The kid?
actor kid. He's pretty damn good of an actor. I heard somewhere, I don't know 100%, you might have to fact check it, but I heard that like that was like his first movie and he was like from like
I
a
heard
drama
that as
club or
well.
something like that.
yeah.
Interesting.
Like they just pulled him out like he's never really done a movie or anything like
That's
that before.
crazy. Imagine
And when
being
you watch
pulled
that
out of
movie,
drama club.
when you watch that movie, it's like, hey kid, you're gonna be working with McConaughey right now, and on this like
That-
crazy
that's
true
very
story,
intimidating.
on this crazy true story, like it's really well done. It's a big first movie.
Yeah.
Watch that. Oh, we watched Sisters Brothers with Joaquin Phoenix and John C.
Oh, I haven't
Reilly,
watched
Jake
that.
Gyllenhaal. I liked it. It was good.
It does some things
I like
right.
westerns.
That's a movie that was mismarketed in the completely wrong way. The
Yeah, not a
trailers make it
comedy.
appear that it is a comedy.
I didn't really get that from the trailers. I thought it was gonna be like a serious
Okay, well,
western movie.
There might be different
It
cuts
is.
to trailers too.
Maybe the
depending
trailer
on
I
what we
watched
saw.
was different than the one.
Yeah, because some of the ones that they show in like theaters, they definitely play it up and make it a lot more friendly looking.
Because John C. and Reilly.
Yeah, and no,
That's cool.
yeah, no, it's good.
yeah.
Does
I came home.
Does it have good western violence?
At
Yeah,
points,
at
there's
points.
like there's
That's
a
what it
couple,
really
there's a
is
handful.
for.
See, it's more of a drama movie
Yeah,
Interesting.
than anything.
I'll watch.
But,
I'll check it out. I like Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't know if this was discussed on last podcast. No, it wasn't. So, I'm telling this story. It sounds really weird. So, I'm going to provide the context that I don't choose to be here. There's someone living inside my house, and I can't kick him out yet.
Living in
Oh, the house you
walls.
bought.
Yes.
He's
So I'm
living in the
saying
walls?
I don't have a choice of living with my mom right now.
Okay.
But my mom had a friend from another state who was coming to visit. And she was going to be staying here, which is like, all right, that's cool. It's my mom's house. She can have as many guests as she wants. Even though she didn't tell me, and it was super weird. But then I found out my mom was going out of town for one of the days, and I was stranded with a complete stranger in my house.
Very weird.
Which is very weird, and my mom is literally the only person who says that's a completely normal thing to do.
Did you watch Sisters Brothers with them?
No, I watched Sisters Brothers with you, came home, and then she tried to start a conversation with me about the Sisters Brothers.
Oh,
as
she
I
saw it.
as I was trying to go to bed, she did not see it, but she was very adamant about saying that she would not like that movie because John C. Reilly cannot do anything serious.
That's very wrong though.
And I know, and I'm like, well, maybe we should give it a shot. Like, he's done more serious stuff before.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
were like,
probably
really?
haven't seen
Lobster.
it.
You should have been
we
like,
need to
really?
talk-
Because I just watched a fucking movie where
Yeah.
it's pretty serious.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. And I'm like, and I was just like, I don't have the energy to fight you right now. I'm trying to just go to my room and not engage with a weird stranger in my house trying to fight me about a movie she hasn't seen. Like, I don't need this shit. It's fucking weird.
John C. Reilly was serious in The Lobster to an extent, and then
Yeah.
Oh,
we need to
watched,
talk about Kevin. You
did
seen
we-
that one?
Did we talk about The Lobster? We watched that.
Talked about it.
Yeah, we did
This
talk about
podcast
that.
or last podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
remember.
weird since we
Yeah.
had to scrap an episode.
Same.
I don't
yeah.
remember.
There's that, and
It's
then
okay. What else did we talk about?
so we watched. Oh, I watched Drive.
I
don't know
love
if I
Drive.
mentioned
Drive's
that. That was really
Drive's
good.
a good movie. I think we did talk about it last
Drive
time.
is a good movie.
Speaking of,
Speaking of Drive,
perfect.
Oh, there
I
we
didn't
go.
even mean to
Segue.
fucking do that.
all right. So,
Segue.
in-
yeah,
into-
so segue into our next week.
Next week, we decided to kick off the new year for a new episode. We're gonna do a theme week. We were all just brainstorming. It was like, you know what? Ryan Gosling's a really great actor. Let's have a Ryan Gosling week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling's a great guy. He's just
Fuck it. And there's a few
I
Ryan.
like him.
Yeah.
cool dude. He's
I
just
like
a
his
cool
story
dude.
about buying all the Girl Scout cookies.
Exactly.
Just look that one up on YouTube. It's a fun story.
He's a homie guy.
Yeah, I like him.
You ever see him do the knife guys with Will Ferrell on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
where they're like trying to sell QVC knives
Yeah.
like during Jimmy Kimmel's slot, and he's like, "We booked the slot. Check the sign-up sheet."
Yeah.
He's like, "There's not a sign-up sheet."
He's a very funny guy. I think he has great comedic timing.
He has very good comedic time. I don't know
Yeah.
when he screams, but he does it like few and far between since he's such a chill guy.
the way
so when he does do it, it catches you off guard and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable.
So how did we were doing this as like we're all gonna pick one
We're all gonna
movie
pick a
starring
movie.
Ryan Gosling, whether we've seen it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just
a movie
picking a
that's
Ryan Gosling movie that we think is
related to Ryan
significant,
Gosling.
I guess.
yes. So
Where Ryan Gosling just does some good shit.
he does some good shit. So I'm gonna take the wheel. I'm gonna say I want to watch Blade Runner 2044.
49.
49.
49. Blade Runner 2049.
Blade Runner 2049.
2049.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Yeah.
So-
I wish First Man was out on like
Uh,
not still. It's
That's
still,
another-
it's in
another
theaters?
Damien
No, it's
Chazelle
in that in
movie.
between.
It's in the
We
in
can't do
between
that, yeah.
movie.
So yeah, I watched Blade Runner
Purgatory.
2049 because I like the first Blade Runner a lot, and I heard it's
Definitely.
long and Ryan Gosling's fine, but it won't wow you.
I heard it will wow you.
I don't know.
It's done by Denis Villeneuve
I'm gonna go into it expecting to potentially be wowed.
or
Mhm.
Denis
Yeah.
Villeneuve.
Well, I absolutely love the first Blade Runner.
Yeah, first one's
Yeah.
great.
Director's cut's the best one.
Yep.
I need
And
to
TJ saw
rewatch
it
it.
relatively recently.
Fairly like.
I
within the last
told myself
year
I
or
would
two.
rewatch Blade Runner before I watched the new one since I hadn't seen it in a long time,
Yeah.
and I still haven't rewatched it, so I still haven't seen the new one.
Oh, well, there you go. So it works. So TJ, what are you gonna be talking about?
I'm debating on whether I want to do Lars and the Real Girl.
You're
which
changing your mind?
Yeah, no,
This
because
You got my
piece of
hopes up.
shit.
You got my hopes up, TJ.
We already
I-
talked about Sex Doll movie.
Yeah.
we can do it. Well, it's either that or Fracture because I've been wanting to watch
Fracture
Fracture.
sounds like a good movie too, though.
Like
What's
I remember
Fracture?
seeing it a while ago.
Synopsis.
Yeah. Story of a man who shoots his unfaithful wife and then engages in a battle of wits with a young assistant district attorney.
Ryan Gosling.
Anthony Hopkins, Ryan Gosling.
Versus Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
And it's like I remember seeing this movie like one time, and the parts I remember being like really damn.
Well,
like,
I'm gonna change mine if
engaging.
you're changing yours then, because
Well-
I want to have a fun movie this week.
Okay, well we can do Lars and the Real Girl.
No, we can.
It's fine.
We can do
this can be-
Fracture
we
because
can-
I'll pick The Nice Guys, which is another great Ryan
I
Gosling.
love The
that
Nice
one.
Guys.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
But I do need an excuse to watch. I guess I just watched Blade Runner 2049.
I just watched Blade Runner. All right, I'm gonna stay with Blade Runner.
So Blade Runner, and I'll tell you guys what. Come on, help me, my foes here or my pals. Do you want Lars and the Real Girl, or do you want? Sometimes you guys are my foes.
I've seen Lars and the Real Girl. I would like to watch
Have
something
you
I
seen?
haven't seen.
Okay, so
So
something you
Fracture.
haven't
then.
seen, we'll do
watch
Fracture.
But Lars and the Real Girl that I haven't seen in a long
Hold on,
time.
we'll just see if we could get
So I
around
don't
to Lars and the
remember
Real
much
Girl.
of
That
it.
might be a bonus.
Yeah, that might be a bonus if we have the time. We'll check it out, kind of movie.
Yeah.
Do you want Fracture to be the bonus, or do you want Lars and the Real Girl?
Lars
to
will
be
be bonus.
Okay.
Lars will be bonus.
It's a
fun
good movie. Yeah.
How about Lars is the one we all watch together?
There we go. we
If,
can
if
watch it all
possible,
together.
yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
We could probably do that today if you guys are like not busy.
Well, no.
I know
'cause,
TJ's
no,
going. The
there's a
game
football-
starts at
football
4:30.
game and shit.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot it's Sunday.
Not today. I
And
mean,
it's
y'all
the
can
Saints
watch it.
game.
I've seen it before.
But there's also be people here watching the game, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Oh
be
no, we probably.
equipped
do
to.
that.
Yeah.
And I don't have a laptop to bring to like Jared's house.
Potentially, we'll fuck with
Well,
it. man.
Jared has work today also at 4.
Yeah. So we'll find a
we'll
way.
have to find a day for it.
Yeah.
Fuck with it. But
It all
anyway,
felt like
I'm gonna
8
go ahead and
this
do
week.
Fracture because I've been wanting to recheck that one
So
out.
Fracture, Blade Runner 2049.
And which one did you want to go
And
with?
then I'm doing a movie that does not star Ryan Gosling. It's directed by Ryan Gosling. It's called Lost to River.
All right. You know what that one's about, or do I need to?
I don't know what it's about.
You
yeah,
just
no,
know he
it's
did it. He's a director, writer, and producer.
I feel like it's one of those movies that the synopsis doesn't really give you much.
A single mother is swept into a dark underworld while her son discovers an underwater town. Wait, this is him? I've seen this movie.
You've seen this movie?
I've seen this movie. I didn't realize he directed it.
Is that any good?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's an interesting movie.
Never heard of
It's
it.
directed by Ryan Gosling.
Directed by Ryan Gosling. I didn't realize it was... Huh.
Doesn't have the
Okay.
best reviews, but it's probably super artsy and kind of
Yeah,
like
no, Lost River
up
I
to your
found
own-
to be enjoyable. I watched that on HBO, I believe, or Stars, or something like that.
Okay.
It's got Saoirse Ronan. I like her.
Oh, the bitch from...
Bitch from...
Oh,
The
Matt
white
Smith.
bitch
Yeah, Matt Smith, because I watched this because it was in, like, peak Matt Smith time, where it's like, he just came off Doctor Who,
Nice.
he's hot right now.
No, he's not really.
No.
Kind of died off. The bitch from Lady Bird.
I got lots of gum.
The white bitch from Lady Bird.
Yep.
The bitch
White
from
bitch from
Lady
Lady
Bird. I
Bird.
can't. That's one way to put it.
And is that also Christina
that's it, yeah,
Hendricks?
that's Christina Hendricks.
Yeah.
Big-breasted love of my life.
She is a titty monster.
She is a titty monster.
She's also married to an ugly guy, I'm pretty sure.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
Oh, she's in the Neon Demon. The Neon Demon's a Lonnie
love that
Refn
one.
one. That's a good movie.
Neon Demon's
that one
great.
leaves you a little.
That was one that, like, when it came out, I wasn't sure. Like, I was iffy on the advertisements and everything. And definitely don't want
I'm
to judge
pretty
a book
sure
by its
she's
cover.
married to
Neon
this.
Demon's solid.
Before I hit enter, I'm pretty sure she's married to the Snosberries guy.
Snosberries? What the fuck is a Snosberry guy?
That's not him.
Yeah, that is him.
Is it?
That's the guy from
Oh my
The Ringer.
God.
He played the
See?
retarded guy.
Yeah, I told ya.
Fucking Super Troopers?
Yeah,
I'm freaking out, man.
yeah, the guy from Devil,
I didn't see that.
the one in the umbrella, the elevator.
Is that an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Saw it on a date in high school.
I want to watch Glass. The Glass looks interesting.
I heard Glass is fucking trash.
No, he did good. With, he did so good with Split. I thought
It's just-
Split was really good.
Because Split works as a standalone.
I'm still gonna.
But like, and
I'm still gonna
Unbreakable
see
is
it.
good. So it's like
Yeah.
As a
Unbreakable is
standalone.
good, Split's good. The together
But they're
they
so
should
different.
Be great. They
They're
should
so
be-
different. It doesn't work from what I hear.
It should sound. It sounds like it should work. The brains of Samuel L. Jackson's character controlling the bronze that is the beast sounds like it would be very interesting to watch.
You would hope. But no.
Fucking M. Night. Of course it was too good to be true. He's like, yeah, I know. I make one good movie every fucking 10 years.
Yeah, every once in a while he like full asses it. If you half ass it, it's a bad thing. But like, are you supposed to be whole or no ass?
No ass.
No, you're like you want to be serious. No
You
ass.
wanna-
I
it's
want
all-
you to.
you want-
I
you
want
want it
you
to
to
be-
no ass it this time.
Elbow grease, no ass.
Yeah. Or do you just like no? You full ass it. You put your full ass into this thing. You go in all the way.
Half-assed it.
You half ass it. You couldn't commit.
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it is. Maybe it is full ass. You want to put your full ass into it.
I don't know. It both work.
I'd full ass.
You can't moon with one cheek.
Yeah.
Can. I'll prove it to you right now.
It's not a moon. That's just you being weird.
The twin moons of
Why?
Tatooine.
Hold on. There's half moons, crescent moons.
Yeah, there's a waning gibbous and a waxing gibbous. Waning and waxing crescents.
But I'm talking. That's not the movie. I'm
I'm gonna give you a waning crescent.
Is it waning?
talking- you just show a little
Is
tip
it
of the
waning?
crack.
Is it waning or wanting?
Waning. Candles wane.
The candles wane in the wind.
Wane.
Candles aren't.
Alright, so we're getting off the rails here. But yeah, it's great. I like recording with you guys. I like putting out fresh new content for our loving and adoring fans.
Aw.
As
I like it
always,
too.
this has been,
This is TJ.
And this is Pierce.
and we hope that you have a tap-tastic
Oh god.
Fuck off.
bye week. Until we get a new episode.
Don't have a tap-tastic bye week.